Hey guys, welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Matt. I had to get back out here in these 10 gallons and do another Matt's top 5 10 gallons at Mr. Maple. So you guys loved that first video and I enjoyed shooting it. So I'm back, I got my party hat on, got the Maple Mafia right here. If you guys want to join the Maple Mafia, make sure to ring that bell, get notified every single time we put out new content. We do tons of Japanese maple related content here on our channel. And we actually are a small mail order nursery out of North Carolina. We ship anywhere in the continental US, so check out MrMaple.com. But guys, let's get into it. We got some really nice 10-gallon Japanese maples. My number 5 choice is right here, and it's Acer palmatum dissectum Kim. Now, this was introduced into the nursery trade by our good friend and mentor, Elizabeth Mundy. Now, Elizabeth used to own Acer Acres. She's retired now, but she is one of my favorite maple people. Twisted her arm to get her on the podcast soon. She definitely was a huge source for Tim and I getting started into the nursery trade of information and for plants. So Kim is a tree that came from the Emperor's Palace in Japan as a seedling. It was introduced by Gerard's Nursery originally. It really got popularized in the trade, I should say, by Elizabeth Mundy. I love this tree for its color. It is one of the most purple lace leaves you'll ever see. This tree leaves out almost lavender. It's a really cool shade of purple, especially with some sun. Now the stemming on this can get a kind of yellow to green approach too, which gives it a ton of contrast within itself. It's an excellent lace leaf. If you haven't seen Acer palmatum dissectum Kim before, it's one that's gonna go out and make a splash versus your waterfalls or your traditional dark maroon lace leaves. Kim brings something special to the table. This tree's gonna work zones 5 through 9. We have some excellent size 10s in this right now. We're actually shooting this, in May, so the spring color can get even more bright lavender. A little past the peak lavenderness of this, but it's still got some good shades going on. I'm a huge fan of what this one does. Typically this one's gonna get about 4 to 5 feet tall, but about 5 to 6 feet wide in a 10-year span, making it a low cascading umbrella. I think it's a quintessential tree for the container garden. You can bring all that elegant color back up to the deck or patio, and I think it's one to check out for sure. So you can actually see some of these bigger material on our website. Now the bigger stuff we don't ship, it's for pickup only, but if you wanna go check it out, it's a great way to look at Acer palmatum dissectum Kim. All right, now the kids say when you used to look all ugly, but now you're looking fine, you had a glow up. So give your garden a glow up with some Acer palmatum Fire Glow. We can take it from ugly to whoo, real quick, guys. Fire Glow is an amazing Japanese maple from Italy. This is an exceptional upright red. I think it's one of the very best upright red Japanese maples you can be growing. It is excellent because it's in that mid-size range at around 10 to 12 feet, even in 15 years. So it's not a gigantic tree, but it's also going to get up and give you some structure in the garden and some height. One of the reasons Fire Glow is so popular is because it literally glows. This one gets some orange underhues to the leaf, especially as you get up underneath this thing in the summer. It gets a fiery-like appearance, and it's going to light a fire in your garden. Fire Glow also has some exceptional orangey red fall colors, which really make it stand out amongst other reds. It's an excellent tree form as well. This is going to have a traditional tree canopy to it. So a 12-foot tall tree is going to typically have at least an 8-foot spread on it. Really nice upright habit to it. Really fits what a lot of people are looking for a Japanese maple. Now, Acer palmatum Fire Glow originated in Italy at Ghirardelli Fridelli's nursery, and it is an excellent plant to be growing. I'm a huge fan of this one, and we sell out of it in 1 gallons, but now's a chance to pick up some excellent size 10 gallons. I've had some people offering to get every single one of these, so they may be gone by the time you see this video. They're a super popular tree, and you can see why. Excellent heat tolerance. This is gonna be able to go out in full sun up to zone 8, and it looks excellent. Now, you wanna check your heat index whenever there's a full sun situation. Typically, even in Atlanta, Georgia, though, this is a tree that's gonna perform in high heat, full sun exposures, and just hold that color really late into the season. That's really what people are looking for with upright reds. They want trees that aren't going to green out immediately. This one, as it gets established, just holds that color later and later. Now, anything can get a little bit of green in it right before that fall color, but Fire Glow brings everything you want in a red upright Japanese maple to the garden. Definitely glow up your garden with Acer palmatum Fire Glow. All right, guys, coming in at number 3, I've got another Italian stallion of a Japanese maple. It's another introduction from Italy. This one pairs excellent with that Fire Glow we were just looking at. Behind me are an awesome size set of Acer palmatum Summer Gold. Now, I love what summer gold brings as a Japanese maple. Intense, bright yellow foliage. Even the most chartreuse part of the season, you still get some bright yellows over top of that. The fall colors range from bright red to even pink sometimes. Makes an awesome pairing with red Japanese maples. You know Tim loves the yellow. Hey, I love the yellow too. Sometimes it gets overshadowed because he's out here doing the yellow dance. I get crazy for these as well. Summer gold actually is one of the most heat tolerant yellows you can be growing as well. I love this one for full sun exposures up to zone 8. So this one can handle high heat even in extreme conditions like Atlanta, like that fireglow I was talking about. So it makes an awesome pairing for a sunny spot. These are already some excellent sizes in these 10 gallons, guys. It brings the high drama. Summer gold actually leaves out with a little bit of a pink-red border around that bright yellow, and it holds its color really well. I mean, the reason it's called summer gold is because it's gold even late into the season, and this is an excellent tree to pair with any other Japanese maple. Now, whether you have reds or greens in your collection or conifers, this is going to brighten those colors up, really bring the eye in as a focal point planting. You'll never think your fireglow looks more intense than when you pin it next to a summer gold. I'm a huge fan of what this one does, guys. Some excellent sizes too. I mean, you know, we're not little guys here at Mr. Maple, and there's some excellent sized trees going on. You can pick these up on our 10 gallons. We will be having these also at open house, so be looking for our open hours. But there's some incredible sizes right now. I'm probably gonna have to put one of these in my garden. I've got some summer golds in my parents' garden that are a little bit bigger than this, but it is an excellent tree to be putting out for high intensity. All right, guys, coming in at the number 2 draft pick in my top 5 Japanese maple 10 gallons, I've got the showstopper here. I've got Acer palmatum shishi gashira, often referred to as the lion's head. Now, I couldn't do a top 10 and not get these in here. I'm a huge fan of shishi gashira. We're gonna be doing a deep dive soon, and we're actually gonna be doing a whole podcast on the 1700s list of Japanese maples. We're taking a while to get that one out because it's gonna be special. We're gonna do a lot of interesting historical facts about that one. Guys, this tree's been around since the 1700s, and it's still a showstopper today. Oftentimes, if you brought somebody into your garden that didn't know about Japanese maples, it may confuse them. It may even stump a few master gardeners. They'll take a look at this and go, I don't think that's a Japanese maple. But shishi gashira brings everything you want in that high ornamental quality to a Japanese garden. I love this tree. It's got so much interest. It's perfect for bonsai. It's perfect for the landscape. It's a high heat tree as well. This one's gonna work in full sun up to zone 8 as well, making it exceptional. I had some family that had this in front of a brick house in Columbia, South Carolina, and red dirt clay in full sun. And guys, this thing grew like a weed and gave them exceptional fall color. It's highly durable. The fall color on this one is extremely consistent too. Now, when a lot of people think this one looks like a lion's head, is when it hits that peak fall color, this tree can go to blaze orange with accents of red and yellow throughout it. It's such a unique tree with those tight clustering foliage and that curling habit. When we talked to Jim Baggett, he was a breeder at Oregon State, and he did 50 years of bonsai. And the main tree he focused on, he had 50 years worth of bonsais from shishi gashira because it's such a great tree to create with. I love its characteristic. I love its durability. And we've got some excellent sized 10 gallons right now. Awesome tree. Even in the least consistent years for fall color, shishi gashira lights up the show. And I love what it brings to the texture for the garden. It's got so much uniqueness to it. And also that shape, it tends to be dense and full. Excellent grower. I'm a huge fan of what it does. Now, not only will shishi gashira bring such a unique texture to your garden, it brings a really unique color amongst Japanese maples. This one is a darker, more evergreen color than most Japanese maples, giving it a very unique, regal appearance. I'm a huge fan of what it does. I think it's a tree that you must have in your garden, especially if you're a Japanese maple collector. Hey, if you say you're a Japanese maple collector and you don't have shishi gashira, are you really a Japanese maple collector? All right, guys, coming in here at number 1, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, akamote. This is a big leaf Acer japonicum that blushes red. This tree is awesome, guys. I'm a huge fan of what this does in the garden. It has a really unique habit to it, very large, round foliage, excellent sizes in these Acer japonicums right now, as you can see. And this tree continues to blush like a bright pink red over top of that foliage. You'll see this one sometimes sold in the trade as ruby, but akamote is the original name on this one. Excellent tree. Aka often refers to a form of deep red in Japanese, and you can see what this gets, that bright red over top of that green overlay. Now the tree will get to a green midsummer, but giving it some early morning sun really picks up that red, and you can get some really interesting foliage going on. The fall colors are excellent also. They range from really, really bright red to bold yellows and oranges. Everything you love about Acer japonicum, but with some intense spring color. Akamote's gotta be my #1 on my favorite, another list of top 5 10 gallons for Japanese maples. I think these are gonna sell out really quickly, guys. You can make an appointment to come see us here at Mr. Maple. This one, it really gets my heart racing if you can't tell. Akamote, what a showstopper there in the landscape. Pairs excellent with everything else we've talked about today. And I think it just has a level of uniqueness that brings something special, even amongst all these other 10 gallons. If you haven't already, join the Maple Mafia, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell if we've done well. That's the best way to get notified every single time we put out content. And as always, be shopping on MrMaple.com if you want to support our channel. It's the very best way to support the content we're putting out. We put out daily Japanese maple and gardening related content. We hope you'll be part of it. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.